Do you have anything to talk about?
Cool or interesting?
No.
No. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Okay, so last week, because hey, we played last week. You, as far as I remember, you bought some stuff like Melissa. Assuming you got some silver arrows and
yes, I bought
some explosive arrows, and
10 silver and 10 thunderstone arrows, and then I also got my special dagger.
Oh, that's right. You guys got special things. Okay, we'll see
It's
how that all works
7
out.
favors.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. So,
and then of course I got an evil shield.
oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you guys got all some
Not an
good stuff.
evil shield. It's just a.
It's quite evil.
And it's a shield.
I might forget you guys got the new stuff, so just remind me, like, wait a second, I have this cool thing. If I do something that contradicts what you have. So if you guys have nothing else you want to buy or block or...
Corzale wanted to ask if there was any, like, holy rituals they could teach her. Divine rituals, rather.
Huh. I never actually thought about that.
You mean like a one-time thing, maybe?
Well, like, more like,
You set it up for 10 minutes. And...
Similar to, like, the teleportation circle. Not necessarily a teleportation spell, but just like a... Rituals, things that take time to prepare.
And cost stuff.
Yeah. Is there supposed to be stuff like that as a cleric?
Yeah. I was gonna do that. I did like rites for something,
yeah.
But yeah, because less than a weapon and taking like 10 minutes didn't really seem worth it because the duration was all wacky. But so yeah, there would be stuff like that. It would be limited to like the scope of what your god does. So I think Belamarant, you could do a ritual that would grow a bunch of trees or something.
Spur on the growth of plants.
Yeah, ward an area from aberrations or undead. I could even see like a weapon thing where you use the ritual and the next time you hit an aberration or undead, it's an automatic crit, but just for like the one hit.
Yeah.
Resistance to, like have in terms of rights, and then we can cost to that.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah.
I was just like, oh crap, just die.
Is there how would I say this? What's the best way? Like, would they? What does Corzale know? What rituals or rites would Corzale know?
Well, you tell me. Like, you have a better knowledge of this, and I don't think you're going to try to game the system. So, because the thing is that wizard rituals they don't take up like
spell slots.
Cabal has access to rituals. They don't eat up talents or slots or you find them, and they take you time and money to use. So cleric things will be kind of the same coin, other side of the same coin.
Yeah. Corzale would definitely have one to ward like undead and aberrations, right? Like a warding ritual. Outside of that, probably not much.
So a wording thing, I would say it's 25. We'll say 25 silver pieces worth of holy
materials.
Water, blessed dirt, or whatever.
Salt.
Yeah. You have to basically line the areas of it. You have to make a circle out of it, and then for 8 hours, every 25 silver pieces, it'll protect you from. Like 25 is level 1 creatures, 50 silver pieces level 2 creatures, 75 is level 3 creatures. So the more you invest in it, the actually effectively bar from entry.
Okay.
And it
doesn't just scale with your level as the caster.
I think if it's auto scale, that'd make it like super easy and cheap to do.
Gotcha.
rituals. I would think that like a favor talent award that you just spend favor to do, that would scale with your level automatically.
Okay.
Like rituals are like, oh, you can do it, but like Hamal's Animate Dead, that would be a ritual you could use, but it would take time and be pretty expensive. Or he can just auto mana and they're up in one turn instead of taking like 10 minutes to animate them doing some kind of ritual thing over and over and over again. Illusions would be the same thing. You can do a ritual illusion, which might make a permanent thing, but it would cost money and time. Or Hamal can just bamf an illusion into existence and do all kinds of stuff with it without any money, and it's one action.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do want to get a warding thing, we can make that a talent too, where you can just go favor point, and then things can't get too close to you. And that would be like, your level puts the cap on that, kind of like how Hamal's charm, his level puts a cap on what he can charm or dominate.
Mm-hmm. There's turn undead, I guess, right? Already, or turn enemy.
It's for big thing. That's automatic.
Mm-hmm.
No favor cost on that one either.
Is there any rituals they could teach here in this town?
Anything that you think Belaraminth would give you access to, someone would probably know of that thing or something similar to that.
Mm-hmm. The town, okay.
Like anyone at that shrine, they would probably know of a variety of things.
Probably there's probably a simple ritual that she knows, or rite that she knows, and it's just one that probably just works like prestidigitation, where basically it gives you a bath. Basically, it cleans your clothes. It makes you feel like you just had a bath.
Refreshment thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 25 silver piece thing. Like it fully cleanses you. Maybe 10 silver pieces, make it kind of cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, something like that. Because being presentable is something that's it's a thing within her religion.
Then like something simple, like let's say a 10 silver piece thing. It fully cleanses your whole body, all the dirt and grime, stains are gone, hair's like basically freshly
sweat.
washed.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, that was it for Corzel, though.
Okay. So you go back to Manzurian's huge, imposing, monolithic fortress. It's 100 feet off the coast on a little artificial island. Closer you get, Simia and Hamal, you can feel the magic energy. It's almost vibrating in your ears. And at the door, one of the guards will escort you inside. Manzurian, this time it's Manzurian 6 will greet you. Looks the same. He just refers to himself as Manzurian 6. And he'll guide you through some halls and rooms back to the one with the teleportation circle he has set up. And one more time, he'll ask, now are you sure you're prepared? Anything else you need to do before you go? I obviously the only thing that I can anticipate you'll face are Caius's minions and his fell magic.
I feel pretty prepared.
I feel pretty good.
Okay. So it's just you three. Are you bringing anyone else with you on your trip?
Does Eligos want to come?
No. Him and Austin do not want to go.
Oh, what about Filch?
Filch is willing if one of you can remind me that Filch exists on this little adventure, because I will probably constantly forget.
I usually remember him, so I
Okay,
will, but I
okay.
don't remember.
So you want to bring Filch with you?
Yes. He has been a pretty good asset, actually.
This is true.
And
He has saved our ass.
Did we want to bring any clerics or paladins?
oh yeah. So if you want to bring any of the paladins from the Bellarmine Shrine,
I'll remind.
you can bring up to 2 with you.
It's totally up to you guys because with them around, that'll embolden her to be even more bossy.
I don't know if you want that.
They're not going to be your level though. Let's say
No.
that they're not higher. They're not your level.
What level would they be?
Like 5 or 7.
I was thinking
5 is more
I
accurate.
don't know. They might die pretty quick.
Yeah.
You
No,
could have them on traps.
I mean, it's up to you. I'm fine with it. I'm
It's something
fine with
Corza
it.
would
You
ask,
guys
right? Like something she would ask Kamal. Like, do you think we would like? It would help.
I'm sure we can make use of them. We'll need somebody to guard our stuff.
And Hamal, think about it.
If they die,
Dwarf paladin skeleton warriors.
No, good call. Let's bring them.
Stop thinking about that.
Okay.
no.
Okay, so Mandarian says, "All right, I bid you luck," and he'll you have the return scroll.
I believe we do, correct?
Yeah. So that the one he gives you will only bring you to this location. It's a fixed point. You can't teleport anywhere else with it.
Okay.
And so with that, he'll hold out his hands. All the circle on the floor will start to glow, and there'll be a distortion in space above it. It looks like a wormhole, like a spherical portal. And beyond it, you can feel like warm, muggy air come wafting out of it. It's quiet though on the other side, and it looks like a distorted. Like you can kind of see trees bent and warped around. And Manzorian 6 says, "We'll hop in."
Paladins first.
They're looking to Corzel.
How many are there? How many is she able to convince?
2.
2. Okay, that's why I figured it was 2 or 3.
Fine, I'll hop in.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Corzel like no.
It touches it. You see like her whole body kind of get stretched and twisted and
That's
kind of
what I
looped
figured.
inside of it.
Well, that's not
Both
horrifying at all.
are they male or female? The paladins.
They're both male.
Male. Okay.
Thorin and Doran,
Thorin and Doran. Brothers, maybe,
obviously.
or just okay. You never know.
So who's next?
I'll go. Come on, just
Okay.
walk in.
So once you, from your perception, Hamal, when you touch it, you're just instantly you just appear next to Sumia, in a big, dense, sweltering, muggy jungle. You can hear mosquitoes, but besides insects buzzing, you don't hear anything else.
No birds.
No birds or anything. And in front of you, the trees continue for a while, but then all of a sudden they separate a couple dozen yards ahead of you, and you can see you're overlooking this. And in it is the ruined. There's a bunch of ruined buildings, some sticking out. Most of them are overgrown. And in the middle of them is this ring of trees. And inside the ring of trees, you can see there is the geometric cactus-looking thing you guys have seen, but it's floating broken above the ring of trees. You can't see what's inside, like at the ground level inside the ring. It's the trees are too densely packed together. They look dead though. There's no leaves on them or anything. There's kind of broken, twisted branches reaching up, and then you have these fragments of this strange alien-looking spire floating. You only know it's floating because there's a middle part of it, and it's kind of broken off into 5 or 6 pieces, and it's floating above, like stacked up, and then the arms, they're also kind of broken, leaning off of it, but everything's just kind of floating still. It's not like drifting or circling or anything. Brazil, are you going into the?
Yep.
Little wormhole. Okay. And Phil's is going to come behind. The other words are going to come behind. So you're all in here now. This, you see what I just described.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be a heck of a trip.
How deep were we sent into the forest or the jungle?
Yeah.
What time of day?
You
is it?
can't. Oh, time of day. When did you guys want to leave? It's whenever you would decide to have gone into the portal.
Morning, probably, right?
Morning, yeah.
It is. You went in the morning. It now looks like it's noon.
Huh.
Oh, so
Time zone.
Oh.
That's pretty far east.
Oh yeah. But you don't know how far in the jungle you are. You look around, and it's just trees. It's trees as far as your eye can see. You actually can't even see like how dense and packed it is. It's just there happens to be a clearing where apparently the city was, and that's the only reason you even like if he had put you, like a 50, 100 feet back, you wouldn't even know where it was.
I assume with her high dungeoneering skill, she can tell which way is north, south, east, west, yada yada. Also being a dwarf.
That's a survival thing.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have any.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're a ranger, right? Survival?
No, I don't have any. I didn't put anything in survival.
Oh.
What would it be? Oh, wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
You can make a wisdom check and then.
Oh, yeah, I never did touch survival.
Go on, Sammy. Make a wisdom check.
And my wisdom isn't especially great, so.
Based on where the sun was and it is now, you're like north. I think is that way-ish, and she'll point to her left.
It's like how I know.
So the
north
city
is.
is basically east, a little bit away from where you are now.
West? Or the city? No, the city we're heading to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll be behind you, like
To the west, southwest. Yeah.
although you wouldn't know exactly sure where you had to walk till you actually got out of the jungle, and then hopefully there'd be some kind of landmark that would let you go. Oh, it's
You
that.
always
way.
try flying.
Yeah.
That's right. You guys can fly.
I
You
fly.
can fly.
You know what? I fly up just to see what's in the middle of those trees.
Oh, so you fly up, and in the middle of the trees, you can see that it is like a ziggurat-like foundation. It's kind of rectangular-ish shaped, and there are. You think there's an entrance on like both of the like rectangle, the long sides. On the short sides, it looks like there's an entrance in both. Like you can see stairs going up.
Corazil just kind of thinking how like she basically skipped over her home. Like she went so far beyond. She's never been this far west, or east. So yeah.
And now she's way past home, and there's a giant ruined, crumbling, floating cactus spire in a ruined, overgrown, dead city.
Okay.
Well, Hamal's just salivating at the thought of the shit he's going to be able to steal from this place.
Oh, there's shit in here.
Hopefully,
I wanted to sweeten the pot.
2 really nice things so he can get his tetrahedra or whatever.
Oh, trapezohedron.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we earmark 2 of our. For me, at least, I need 1 and you need 1 for the favor for the trapezohedron.
Oh no, I don't need 1. Well, I guess yes to help you get that, but
Yes.
he's gonna ask me for my favors at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, no, it'll be good.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? You gonna walk into that dead city?
We can't really fly the whole way because we don't have a.
I'm gonna try and
We also have people following us, so we can't just
Yes.
leave them.
You don't see anything. It's just ruined buildings and some of the overgrown foliage. It's irregular in a way where you're pretty sure there's buildings underneath it. Like, and you do see there's the occasional road. Like whoever made this city, they actually did kind of build like a road, but it's mostly been overgrown. Like there's like little patches of stone.
I detect magic.
Your detect magic distance is limited, so you don't see any magic except for what you guys are carrying.
Well, if I walk up to the edge of the city,
what
do I see? Magic-wise?
Nothing.
So could we see the city proper from where we appeared?
Where you appear, you're on a ledge, so you can see a lot of it. And when you get close to the ledge, you can see like pretty much all of it. But the angle is still like the trees are so high that you couldn't see the base of the ziggurat that Sumia saw.
Gotcha.
And you can't see what's behind it. But the city just looks like it's kind of imagine like a big sprawling, like kind of a Mayan or Incan city. But just like mostly overgrown and just like the buildings, almost all of them have crumbled into like there's just piles of rock now. And it's only because of, so there's still kind of a squarish indentations and protrusions that you go, oh yeah, those were buildings at some point.
Yeah.
And also you can see little stone roads that,
right.
Obviously.
Fine. I will just lead the way. I will lead the way.
Yes.
No one wants to lead the way.
Do we know what culture or race built this?
It would have been a very ancient human culture that you have not. None of you have actually seen like any how cultures have their own styles and whatnots, like clothing. You haven't seen any of that type of stuff out in the world. Like their manner of dress, their style of armor, the weapons they use. Is it
yeah, or is this like a hidden city? Do we even know the name of this culture?
The culture, no. Well, actually, Hamal.
I do. Oh. Yeah, I've got history. If you want me to roll it,
roll some history.
Okay. Never did I think dropping a point in history would be worth it. Okay, plus 6. 25.
Wow.
So the city you know is Kuluthmar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is I'm looking for I thought I mentioned the name in here at some point, but I don't think it did. What is so? Corzel, what are you hoping to glean with this knowledge?
She just kind of wants to know like who these people are, just in a very general sense, right? Like a sentence or two, right? Just like who were they? Even just a name would be fine, right?
I'm going to let Hamal cook up a name for the actual culture. But the people, what he knows is they were very reclusive, not kind of primitive compared to the typical human civilization we see now. Like they didn't have a lot of metalworking ability, mostly wood, ceramic, obsidian. Definitely think like a Mayan Incan thing where they have volcanic glass and whatnot, and they tended to worship gods that demanded lots of bloody sacrifice.
For gods, okay. I mean, that's definitely something she would want to know, but she didn't think to ask. Yeah.
Yeah. Hamal kind of spout this out and seem very academically interested in the idea of even just going to this place. So.
Yeah, you can tell Corzel. You can definitely tell Corzel's not she's not a daughter of history or anything like that. But it's just more like it puts her at ease, knowing, like, know your enemy kind of thing, right?
So it actually does. There's a little throwaway say. there's a type of armor that you can find. It'll say the armor matches that of the ancient Flan people. So it's the ancient Flan culture.
Flan. Okay.
And they're not known for their desserts.
Good deal. Well, then let's hit the Flans.
Ever had Flan?
Yes.
I've never had Flan either.
Yeah, maybe we should make some.
It does not look appealing at all to me.
It's actually pretty good.
It is. My mother-in-law makes really good Flan.
Yep.
Wait, so what does it taste like?
Butterscotchy caramel.
Ooh, I like butterscotch.
I like caramel.
It is very sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it a shot at some point.
Okay.
So, who's taking the lead as you walk into this foreboding dead city? Just out of curiosity.
Me, but I'm stealthing.
Okay.
Oh, she's head scouting, and we're just walking. As we're walking, Hamal will look to Phil and say, "Keep an eye out for any corpses. We might have to do some classical necromancy."
He's not looking around. He looks a little wary.
By the way, Corzel would have warned them that warned the paladins that we're traveling with necromancers.
Okay, we'll just say you did that like well before you got back to Manzurian's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even before she took them there. Yeah.
So you get to the city, and there's ruined buildings scattered about, of trees.
I'm gonna just keep going towards the trees. It seems like the most active area.
When you get close to the trees, you see that they're not only dead, they're petrified, and at the base you see what look like skeletons partially clad in almost completely rusted armor. They're on their knees, they look like they're praying, and it's like the trees grew out of their backs. And it's hundreds of them all.
What do they look like?
They look like skeletons wearing metal armor that's almost completely rusted away.
Okay.
And the trees look like they're actually growing out of their backs.
Ooh, can't Humal talk today?
Yeah.
Yes, that is what I meant by classical necromancy. We just get to divine what's going on out of these guys. But yeah, we'll go up and, assuming nothing stops us on the way, of course.
So as you walk up to them, you start hearing like whispers around you, and you can you're looking around like what's making that noise, and you kind of see these flashes of people like walking towards the trees, like ghostly images, but they're only there for like a second. And you can't make out what they're saying. You don't even think they're speaking common. They're not like going towards you. Like some of them might like walk towards you, but it's just they're everywhere. So you think that it's just happenstance that they're not menacing or violent in a way. Hamal and actually Corzel, you both realize that these skeletons are all dwarven skeletons, based on their skull structure and size.
Okay. Do they have armor on? Any
it's
equipment?
almost completely rusted away, but it looks like they would have had metal armor on.
Yeah. Okay. They're not. Right.
What was that?
They're not. Yeah. They're not just naked skeletons.
No.
Okay. How many were there? If we count them?
There's like hundreds of them.
Oh,
so the ziggurat is a fairly large structure. It's surrounded by a ring of trees. Every tree looks like it grew out of the back of one of these dwarven skeletons. So there's hundreds of them. And on even closer inspection, you can see that the trees are all carved with these dwarf runes.
Okay.
They occasionally glimmer with like a kind of a green energy.
Does that mean Corzel could read it?
They they're taken from scriptures of Bel Amaranth's prayers to bind and contain evil.
Okay.
And they're repeated.
Oh. Does Hamal not want to talk with today? Or can he not with it?
It's up to what he wants to do. I'm just saying, like, as Hamal, got closer, you guys got closer, this is what you saw.
Yeah, Corzel, like she's kind of like trying to read it from afar, and she you can just tell she goes stiff, right? Her eyes widen a bit, and like almost a little bit bloodshot. She doesn't say anything for good 6 seconds, and she just kind of says, "Do your magic thing. Detect. Is there any magic here?"
I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. I'm going to guess that there is indeed magic here.
Oh, I didn't know you were gone. I was saying, does Hamal like talk with the dead?
Oh yeah, no, the plan was to go up to her, then my wife called me and she had a question for me. So,
okay, I guess a quick recap: there are faint, brief ghost people kind of walking toward the
trees, and they're all dwarven skeletons.
Well, but there's also like these spirits that are kind of like they're briefly appearing and vanishing quickly. They're not like there aren't any really repetitions of them. Like you don't see one walking like 5 feet and then it appears 5 feet back and keeps walking. Like it's just different ghostly images. And after a few minutes, it stops.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, let's. Obviously, Hamal, when looking at these things, would switch over real quick to see if they radiated any kind of magic.
The
runes might.
You know they're obviously magical, but they're not arcane magic.
Interesting. Okay.
So more like divine magic, I bet.
Yeah, which your senses wouldn't pick up on.
Okay.
I
kind of need if clerics could sense divine magic or.
I think Corzel can tell that it's divine magic just from the from what it is,
well, I mean,
right?
Jack would let her know pretty easily. Oh, this is obviously magic.
Well, it'd be neat if they could detect it if there wasn't anything written on something.
Like a pulse or something. Yeah. Oh, I would see a. I don't know. That's an interesting idea.
You could add it as a rank to something, maybe.
Maybe like a knowledge domain or something, or a divination domain.
I'm in divination.
That's the divination school.
Oh.
So yeah. What is the? So what are you guys doing now? What's going down?
I was hoping Hamal might talk to one of the dead skeletons.
Yeah. Corzel will kind of approach one of the ruins and just kind of brush her hand, not trying to disturb it, but just trying to feel the magic, right?
When you touch it, a lip of it and grows leaves.
Just by her touching it?
Yeah.
The runes?
Yeah.
Corzel kind of
What happened? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Looks to the Paladins says, "Do you know?"
Oh no.
Do you know what?
Of an ancient expedition. Am I breaking out? Of a dish clans.
No, they never heard of this.
She nods. Neither have I. Like I'm pretty sure they can tell this is Bel Amaranth too, right?
Yeah. They know it is, and they're surprised. But they're at a loss of words. Like they both will, well, I never heard of this, and what happened here? Like, and
what's going on?
So many died.
Yeah, this is a lot of people. Bel Amaranth doesn't send this many people out unless it's fighting a war, just like straight up, which is something he does. But she would have heard about this war, right? Like She's never heard about this one.
So she's excited.
No, it's more like, is this a secret war? Like, what happened here? Like, like, fuck. it, every war would have been chronicled, right? She would have it would be common knowledge in her.
Normally, yes.
In her religion.
Normally.
This does not seem normal.
Nope. You've probably never heard of any Bellarmine, army gathering up and then doing any what happened here. You're like, what the hell happened?
Can she tell like how old these remains are by a general sense or
nature roll?
Oh no, their bones actually have also completely turned to stone.
Okay. So this is quite ancient then.
Probably several thousand years at least.
Probably more than that. Yeah. Tens of thousands, maybe even. Okay. Yeah, she's like again, like she's bewildered by it. She doesn't really know what to make of it.
Their armor is very long lasting, very durable. This armor has still almost completely decayed.
Actually, yeah, Corzel, she starts pulling, like she pulls out her bag, right? Takes her bag off, turns to them all and says, "Do what you need to do. See if you can get any word out of these remains." She kind of looks a little remorse when she says that, but yeah, I think a common rite for all priests would be try and communion, right?
That would be.
She's gonna try.
It would be like a god, like kind of an augury with your god.
Yeah. No, not sorry, not direct communion. Sorry, like guidance, more like guidance. Yeah. She just kind of wants to see like what Belmaramaranth's kind of like take it on this is, like the feeling of it, right? Like, is this a bad omen? Is this a good thing? Like, she just kind of wants to reach out and see kind of like what, if anything, if nothing comes back, that's a sign as well, right?
Usually you'll get a good, bad, or both response as your most general sensation.
But yeah, I think she starts to perform this rite of like just trying to commune with her god, trying to get any inkling of a feeling.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Hamal, you're going to be doing your speak with dead thing.
Yes.
So it doesn't conjure a ghost. The actual bones like grind and crack and look at you, and you can see this kind of green light in its eyes, and it no flesh or anything, but you can tell it's scowling at you. It just kind of spits at you. What do you want?
Well, hopefully to prevent the world from becoming endangered by Caius once again, but we'll see. As it stands, I believe we have some questions for you.
Ask your questions.
Give us a brief overview of what happened here. What was this great sacrifice made for?
To contain Caius.
Okay. And
how would he get out?
And what would one do if your seal was weakening?
Don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're fair enough. Corzel, anything specific you want to ask?
You can.
You just kind of like.
How would she say this? how would you? Not when, but
What year?
no.
Their calendar's probably not the same as ours anyway.
Yeah, like I'm from. Like, where do you hail from? Like, where did like that's exactly when, but
Trying to figure out a way to figure out how long ago this was.
Oh,
I'm gonna come.
So when you ask a question, he seems much more amiable. He even addresses you as sister. He mentions a dwarven city, a very old one that to Corzel it would be like a city that you've heard of but you never visited, and you almost kind of think it's like a legend, like it may not have existed or it does exist, and it's like it's like El Dorado, like, oh, maybe it does, but
Sure.
like no dwarf from your generation has come from there or been there or knows where it is anymore.
I'll look
Hello?
over. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aspen, you still there?
What?
Uh-oh.
Talk again?
We can hear you, Jacob.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out real bad.
We are?
No, Aspen. Aspen.
Mm.
Like, we heard you say, okay, but that was...
Yeah, I heard them okay too, but I haven't heard anything else. I'm hoping I answered your question sufficiently, though.
You might want to try reconnecting, Aspen, if you could still hear us.
Awesome, man.
Oh.
We just heard kind of a robotic noise, and that was it.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Am I cutting out? Am I cutting out or?
No. You sound great. So, what was your question? If I didn't answer your question correctly,
No, I just the name. Like, what's the name of the city?
You tell me, Corzel. Give me a dwarfy city.
Patty's name generated.
Yeah, that's what I did earlier when he was talking about the cultures.
Sure, I'll do that.
I mean, I would, but I don't dare browse while we're on a game because
or a city that no one's even sure if even exists. Period. Like to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
if
and it does today,
I don't want to risk doing it because I'm afraid it'll kill this whole hangout thing if we browse the internet at all.
Oh, I see.
But whatever name you come up with, that's basically the idea. Is whoever this guy is, he was from a very, very long time ago, or he's a liar, and he just is lying about where he came from.
Yeah. Okay.
Dwarf Atlantis.
Yeah. So while you're looking at it, are there any other questions you have, or Hamal has, or Sumia was going to ask a question, but
All I said was how long ago, but that's not gonna help. I guess. Oh, that's right. I was saying. I mean, I don't know if it's weakening, but would there be a way for Caius to get out? I don't know if he knows that.
he just isn't done.
Because we've been
dead for I don't know how long.
Yeah, I get it. We've been having some worm troubles. outside of this circle.
I'll have you now.
That's not a good time. Oh no, I can't think of anything specific. Nothing that I'm sure a dead cleric or dead whatever of Bel Amaranth would appreciate.
Gun Beldum.
Okay. Yeah, that's what he'll say then, and then you'll be like, and even the two paladins, you both recognize the name. Like what? Like
yeah, she'll kind of whisper under her breath the name.
It's a fabled city where everything's made of gold. Even it's not at all uncomfortable and too bright, and
it's an ideal city of gold.
A literal golden dwarf city. The water is normal water.
Could he tell her
where it is?
Direction.
He cannot. He can tell you it's very far underground, but he can't tell the direction because he doesn't know exactly where he is, and the world has changed too much. So he will try to explain it, but he references places that don't exist anymore, or as far as you know, never existed.
Yeah. Probably Bel Amaranth. So.
They're probably what?
8. Like Bel Amaranth, he's old, but he's not that old as a true god. So.
That could actually be maybe they came from.
Like this, maybe this is the first. Like this is maybe the first war, or like like a lost war in the age of Bel Amaranth's creation.
And now you guys are gonna see what was going on.
Kind of think.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's check this shit out.
Yes. So, is there a way down inside the trees, or?
Oh, not at all. They're way too packed together.
Do we want to climb?
You have to climb them. There aren't any branches. Fly over them, though.
Mm-hmm.
I guess each of us might have to take some then. Like Filch. Unless he can fly.
Or a big, solid flying griffin.
Oh, that's true. You could make for the rest of them, you can make a solid flying griffin.
There you go. So while you're talking this out, you hear a voice from the trees call out. It says, "Greetings. I mean you no harm."
Who are you?
Before I reveal myself, can you give us my word you won't attack?
Ooh.
Corzo just kind of holds out her holy symbol, kind of in the direction of the voice.
Fingers crossed. Of course not. All right, guys. Wink.
The paladins kind of look at Corzel like they're kind of. So you got your holy symbol out. They got their axes ready.
She's not brandishing it like a weapon. She's kind of like holding it up, saying like I'm the same people as these people that died here thousands of years ago. Right? These are my people. Unless you're an enemy of these people, then you know.
So you see, kind of furtively peeking out from one of the trees, this big fleshy orb with a couple of very large eyes, and some atrophied limbs dangling down from it.
Ew.
A beholder?
Not quite,
Okay.
but very beholder looking.
Okay. Beholder kin?
I was like, what are you?
Aragon.
You mean you're like pushed all together? Is that what's going on here? Keep saying we. Like,
Myself.
what are you doing there?
Myself have come to explore this city. Dangerous monsters inside, beyond the trees.
Yeah, so well, then why are you here?
To explore.
You don't seem like an explorer.
Do you live in this jungle?
No, I have come here from very far away.
You know, I'm a touch. Wait, did I up my telepathy? No, I did not. I touched Monago, telepathy, whatnot, and I'm like, you know what? He keeps saying we. I have a funny feeling there's more than one of him, unless he's crazy.
That or his comment is just garbage.
That's true.
Did something draw you here?
Of
course, she's talking in common. Yeah.
Knowledge that I found.
Yeah, that's really big.
In telepathy to Sume, yeah, he's probably crazy though.
What kind of knowledge?
He actually has this belt pouch, like a harness over his body, and there's some pouches dangling underneath him, and he kind of fishes through, and he pulls out a book. Looks like a tattered book, wrapped like in cord. Doesn't look malicious or anything. And he starts. He just kind of said like motions the book towards you.
I grab it real quick.
So you got to walk towards him.
Oh. I don't like how you said that. You've got to walk towards him.
Well, you're like 100 feet away from him.
Yeah, he's
right in front of you guys.
He's not moving towards you.
No, so he'll float down and he'll go to throw it, and then out of his pouches a bunch of eyeballs fall out, and he kind of and he starts picking them back up and he's blowing on them. He starts like licking one of them clean and puts them back in his bag.
I'm just like, what the hell? He's floating it to me.
Yeah. Well, no, he kind of tosses it down.
Okay, well, I'll go and grab it, I guess. Avoiding the eyes. What do I see?
It is a book that is written in some of the writing that looks like kind of just short, scratchy, spiky lines, and then it has like common translations of phrases and words.
What does it say?
It's just like it looks kind of like a dictionary almost at first, like a
Rosetta Stone.
No, like a just like a translation. No, not a Rosetta Stone. It's not gonna.
Oh.
But like just like words like sword means this, or like like this sequence of symbols: sword, bird, cloud, mountain.
So what's inside of it?
Well, I mean that's what it has inside of it. And as you're flipping through it, it shows like the geometric cactus thing, and it has a bunch of little scratchy writing on it, and then like common translations of like focus point, energy chart. Like it looks like a bunch of notes on the ziggurat thing.
Okay.
And then also further in looks like diagrams of looks like a Caius worm. It's like one of those old like 1400s like books on anatomy or whatever. It's like looks like a Caius worm, like pretty well drawn with like an internal anatomy of it, but like notes on it, like how does it work, like reproduces, necrophission, like question marks. And then it has like a zombie,
to show that what it does.
The Caius worm instinctively is drawn to human subconscious field, blah, blah, blah. Like it's all like sounds like pseudoscience rambling, but very detailed.
Right, this thing isn't human, correct?
A closer inspection, it looks like it doesn't look human at all, but it looks like its body has been fused from a bunch of different like flesh pieces. Like there are definite seams that you can see. There's the front of it is one big eye. His mouth looks like it's kind of cut open like too far, like the Joker's mouth almost. Full of sharp teeth. Actually, well, not like individual long teeth, but almost like clusters of jawbones, like that are kind of look like teeth, all mashed together. And sometimes the seams will kind of separate, and like a fluid will kind of ooze out, and then they'll suck back up.
I guess I'll ask him, what were you planning to do with this information?
It depends what I discovered.
Okay. We kind of look constructed.
So what is it exactly you want from us?
You're going to go inside.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I could help.
Do you know what this place is?
No, but I can read the language.
It's going to be very dangerous. I don't know how you even got here on your own.
Hiding and flying.
You know, Hamal, you could have him sign a contract.
It's fine. I've got no reason to distrust this being.
I could give you eyes.
We don't want eyes.
Are you sure?
Look, I got 8 of them. Shush.
This one makes lightning. This one summons things.
What?
Where did you get those eyes from?
Other wizards.
What?
Trade, take from dead bodies.
Why are you dealing with wizards?
They know things.
Oh. So, what are you?
Argon.
No, like I am a elf.
Argon.
Or what's your name then?
Oh, Zenchek.
Zenchek.
Is this something Mom would know about?
So what's an Argon then?
It's me. Hamal, Arcana roll me. And actually, Corzel, Dungeoneering roll me.
Here I am just trying to figure
26.
Yes. Okay.
I'm rolling great on all these skill checks. I can't wait till we get to combat and it all turns into ones.
So Hamal,
24.
Okay, yeah, and even Corzel. So okay, you both, when he said Argon, with the shape of it, you kind of suspected, but the name kind of seals the deal for you. Argons are supposedly this kind of ancient culture, not quite as, based on what you guys have seen with the whole Kaios thing, not as old as that, but still very old, of that kind of mostly transcended the need for their bodies through the use of magic. Mostly fused from multiple people. Flesh, they can float with their mind, and they cast spells they only need eyes to use magic.
Oh, that's why he has a bag full of eyes.
Their eyes out to cast different spells because they can only have a certain number of eyes in their body at any given point in time.
Interesting.
And no one, though, is quite sure where they come from. Some think they don't even come from this world. They come from a different world.
Have they been seen quite often?
Oh, very, 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 very rarely.
Oh.
They're a little insane because of the multiple brains mushed together. Some of them are very violent. Some of them just want to collect eyes.
Well, that's probably what he's doing. I guess he's harmless.
They're almost kind of like the opposite. They're almost like the opposite of the Fates from Greek mythology.
Oh yeah,
I guess you're right.
Yeah, they only had one eye.
Mm-hmm. And they share the one eye.
Yeah.
Instead, it sounds like these guys kill other wizards to take their eyes.
Or bodies or anything, I think, that has a magic. I know.
Well, they also had, if you use Argon eyes, you can actually use them magic items and spell focuses.
You mean if we had some of the eyes that he...
If Hamal could feasibly take some eyes and mash them on his staff and then have access to whatever spells the eye could cast, you can also implant them.
Yeah, like you said, like as a focus, spell focus.
Yeah.
Or actually into your body, Hamal's heard a story of a wizard that had Argon eyes in his hands, and so he could basically speak to cast spells, and then one hand does that, other hand does that.
Yeah, he was also an asshole.
Oh god, he was a super asshole. That was actually his family name.
Oh boy.
Tag along.
Yeah, for sure. We want to trade some eyes. I mean, I'm sure we can take you along.
Keep an eye on him though. As in, he goes ahead of me all the time.
Oh, I thought you were going to give him an eye.
I'm thinking, oh.
You're going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
So, how you guys going to go over that tree wall?
Fly.
Oh.
Griffin flying, the other ones.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay, so Hamal, you'll do your little Griffin illusion, and everyone in Aragon will get over the wall. On the other side, there are no buildings on this side except for the ziggurat. Now that you're close to the ziggurat, you can see that the walls, there are sometimes like kind of a green lightning arcs between the different floating blocks, and you can see that there are green runes that kind of pulse, like they kind of like a wave effect, like reflecting on it. They're not green and warm, comforting like the ones on the tree, on the trees that you saw. These ones are darker. They're more sinister looking. When you touch the ground, you walk. Will wriggle out of the ground and reach for you, but then when you step away, they fall to the ground and shrivel up into a black, like paste. And you can see that all around here, the ground is this all black and oily looking. So you can see when you flew over, you can see that there were two entrances, stairs leading up. One of them you can see in the ground are a bunch of these black green swords, like just kind of shoved into the ground. About 7 of them. What do you do?
Here, be right back in a minute.
Okay. So what does Hamal and Sumia do?
This is where the ziggurat is.
Yeah. Wherever you walk, highest forms like come out of the ground, reach for you, and then they die.
Let's take a look at the magic auras around here. See what they see what we're getting.
So ziggurat, the whole ziggurat pulses with magic. That's the only thing magic here.
Interesting. Okay.
So the ziggurat, there are 2 staircases leading up to it. In front of one of them looks like someone drove a bunch of these kind of wavy, twisted swords in the ground.
What type of magic is it radiating? Just overwhelming all different kinds, necromancy.
Necromancy is a big one. Conjuration is another one. Abjuration is another one, and mutation.
Oh,
okay.
So much
actually, so what you can see is that it looks like each of the branching arms floating up, those each have a different different energy focus.
What is Argon? Is his even in?
He says I only went here once and then fled from the man.
What man? What do you look like?
Human.
Okay, keep going. Do you wear anything?
Back.
What?
Armor.
Silver armor?
White.
Like, just absolutely white.
Yeah.
What color was his hair?
He didn't have any hair.
So he's bald.
Well, he's right over there.
Okay, I turn around.
You turn around and out of the entrance, coming out of the stairs, you see this person walking, covered in looks like bone armor. The helmet is kind of like one of those gladiator helmets where it's like a grid covering the face, so you can't see anything inside.
Mm-hmm.
Steps, and he starts talking, but you don't know what he's saying at first. And then he stops, and he seems to be looking at Corzel, and he starts speaking in perfect, fluent Dwarven.
Okay.
Almost like it's his native language.
Sorry. So where'd this guy come? Where'd this guy come from?
He just came from the stairs.
He came walking out of the
Stairs. Okay.
And he says, "Commander of the 4th Worm Legion. What brings you to our admittedly shoddy city?"
Corzo just kind of like looks around. The other dwarves can obviously understand him, right? Like she kind of like looks at them to see if they understand what he's saying.
They do.
Okay.
I mean, he's talking perfect.
Sumi or Hamal, they don't speak Dwarven, do they?
No.
Okay. Just
He
making
says,
sure.
I suspect you've come to finish the job.
She kind of just like narrows her eyes at it. Is this like a ghostly figure?
No, it looks perfectly, completely real.
Okay. I think she kind of just clears her throat and kind of takes a, like she often does, just take a couple steps forward boldly and just says, yes. That's it. In Dwarven.
Your brethren fought well and they died bravely. I commend them, but all they could do is contain us. Are you sure you wish to continue?
Does Hamal kind of step forward and say, Corzel, what is he talking about?
She kind of like, not brushes him aside, but just like, shushes him a bit. Says, when and where?
Well, we would have to do it here. Your brethren's containment was impeccable. We cannot leave.
Could we? And then she kind of thinks for a moment. She's like, she's not hard. Yeah, right. She's not very charismatic, right? She's just like, she's trying to be all pompous a bit, but she's like, but yeah, she just kind of says, could we settle this between ourselves? Just you and I.
He says, of course. A one-on-one battle. I commend your bravery and your honor.
She nods. And then she kind of like turns to like, just a little ways to Hamal and says, he wants to fight me.
Okay.
Says that in common, yeah.
Is this a duel?
I think so.
Do you want us to get involved?
He sure means business. Corzel.
You can tell, like, she's like, she doesn't say like. Basically, she shakes her head no, right? But you can tell she looks at him and says like, if it looks like I'm gonna lose, don't hold back.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll stand back until you start losing, and then we'll intervene.
And that's when I touch Corzel so that she can tell me telepathically when to start attacking.
Oh, sure. That's a good idea.
That way, that's a better clue. You don't have to say anything. We just,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'll whisper to him a little bit.
So, like, I assume we're all just kind of still standing on this field of debris of just corpses and skeletal remains, right?
Or is
There's no skeletal remains at all. It's perfectly.
No.
It's just like a black sludge everywhere.
Sludge.
And then there's like these swords sticking out of the ground.
Is there like a place like she looks around? Is there a place that, like a stable place that they could fight?
All the ground in here looks just about the same as the rest. It's solid. The paste isn't. It's more sticky than slippery.
Yeah.
But it's not like going to slow you down at all. It's
so would maybe the best place to fight be on the staircase itself?
I mean, that would like ground or staircase. The ground's probably better for everyone. I mean, in terms of mobility.
All right. Then I think she'll just kind of stroll forward a bit and like she takes out the shield, right, and just kind of like sets it floating in midair.
He holds out his hand for you. Says, "Before we fight, may I have your name?"
I think it would be not polite, but like what's the word I'm thinking of?
Proper.
Proper, yes. I think it'd be proper if you gave yours first.
Oh, here he did. He said he introduced himself as Nezarin, Sir Nezarin, the leader of the Fourth Worm Legion.
She nods. So it just says, Corzael Corajum, daughter, and then she basically thinks like, no, he doesn't really need to hear all that. It just says, priest of Bel Amaranth. Or champ. Actually, she'll say priest, but then she'll go, no, champion of Bel Amaranth. And this is all in Dwarven.
Yeah, he holds his hand over the ground, and you see one of the swords in that kind of all stabbed in one part of the ground. One of them retracts into the ground and appears like it emerges from the ground into his hand, and it's this huge, long, wavy. He says, and he holds out a sword to salute you. Then he gets in a combat stance.
Yeah, I think she just starts like when he salutes her, she just starts sliding her maul out of her back, and kind of just goes low a bit and readying her stance as well.
Okay, so we'll say Corzael, you can go first.
No initiative.
No, I mean, you want to roll initiative?
Might as well, right?
Give me a D6 roll.
D6 plus my bonus, or just a D6?
Straight D6.
Okay. Where the hell's my dice roller? Oh, right there. 3.
Okay, I got a 6, so he's gonna charge towards you and take a whack at you.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit you?
No, her current AC is 16.
Okay, so second one is a hit. Third one's a hit. Okay. So you dodge the first attack, and then he just keeps he moves a lot faster than you expected. He's just.
Is this guy like a human? Like, what does he appear to be?
Well, so actually, when he starts to fight,
in stature, yeah.
He looks human, but out of that kind of grid gladiator type helmet, all these worms emerge forth from his face.
Spill out.
Just extend from it. They don't fall out of his mask.
Oh, okay.
And so. So he hit you 3 times for a total of 66 damage.
He attacked 4 times?
Yes.
David, that's a little much.
That means that you should not have done it.
He's not,
alone.
I don't think there's any monster in this game that should be hitting 4 times. I'm saying.
He is a level 15 fighter.
Yeah.
And a level 15 fighter would attack 4 times.
Do they?
Yes.
And also, I'd like to point out, I have a feeling David wanted all of us to fight it.
I assumed you were all going to fight him.
That's what I thought.
I thought you only gained your extra attack at level 5.
No, it's level 5, 10, 15, and 20.
Gotcha.
I will say that he does get a recharging bonus to one of the attacks. So that was and I rolled really well. Unfortunately, but to put you a little more at ease, one of the buff things that's not going to be an every round thing. I have to roll, and it's a random regain. It's a recharge thing.
So how much is each attack?
Damage-wise, every attack is 2d6 plus 8, and necrotic in case that necrotic matters.
Well, we have those.
Like, how much damage was each attack?
Thanks.
Oh, just whatever your damage resistance is, triple it and take that away from the whole total.
Okay.
We have those charms. Those anti-worm charms.
That's stopping the worms from eating you that are coming out of the ground.
So 4 times.
So I see.
So it was 66.
Yes.
66 total. So whatever your damage DR is, he doesn't have any armor piercing, so just triple your DR. That goes against and just subtract the whole total.
Yes, but it was 66 though.
Yes.
Okay. My memory sucks.
I am going to ask Corzel. So how you feeling now? Want us to help?
So you guys just watch this guy he goes up to Corzel and he whaps in it, and his sword like clangs off the demon shield, and he basically knocks it out of the way, and then he keeps attacking, slams into her. Corzel, did you take wound point damage?
Oh yeah. You kidding? You can't even have that. You can't even have vitality that high in this game.
Her, you see, already, and Corzel, you're on the ground, and you're getting ready to counterattack him now. You finally left himself open. You feel something seemingly resonating from where all those swords are.
What do you mean?
You're not really sure how to. You just feel like a connection of some kind.
Would any of us see the connection, or just her? Okay.
How far away is that?
It is about 15 feet away from you.
Yeah. So what kind of follows after this assault is basically
he kind of hops back a bit and he gets himself in another stance, as if he's waiting for you to attack.
Yeah.
Like he basically
Corzel, right away. In your mind, Sumia kind of after the eyes, right? And after Corzel, you can tell she's back, she's springing forward in that moment. She just you just hear right away I can't take another attack like that.
Oh guys, I wink or I go caca caca or something.
Who'd he go? All right, yeah, let's do this.
Is he undead?
He is undead.
Thank you.
But yeah, she just freaking
throws out.
She just she dashes past him. Her spiritual hammer, her spiritual weapon, and heal herself.
Once I hear that, I'm loosing an arrow, a silver arrow. Can I just do that or not?
Yeah, you guys all take your turns. Corzel, you do what you're doing. So what are you doing? Exactly, and then everyone else can take their turn in whatever order.
But I can't keep that.
Yeah, she's basically asked this thing she's feeling, right? She's going to someone where she's feeling this thing, she'll heal herself.
Okay.
Oh.
So wow. he actually turns to watches you go by, and he turns his back on you guys. So anyone attacking him, you get plus.
I missed the first attack. I hit an nat 20 on the second attack.
Okay.
So then you know. I rolled.
But yeah, the hammer gets to make an attack when it yeah.
Okay,
Get
go ahead
some.
and over time.
Let's
Go ahead.
see. I have like 5 different windows open, so I'm trying to figure out where my dice roller is. So that's wisdom. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. There we go. No, it misses.
Okay.
Give me a D8.
So there's like this like war this warhammer kind of like appears in his face, actually kind of ducks under him, right, and like dashes past him and like tries to like clobber him in the head, but then he just basically, I assume, just kind of he himself probably just ducks or.
He actually seems to be fairly concerned about that glowing gold hammer.
Okay. But yeah, she kind of like leaves it like in his face, right? Like blocking his path. Not that it's actually blocking his path or anything, but between him and her.
And then assuming one of your arrows.
That's net 20. Why did I even know? So it's actually 13 damage, 3 armor piercing, and he needs to make a fortitude. No, that's for the thunderstrike.
Are you using the silver arrows?
Yeah, I'm just using the silver arrows.
So 13 damage.
Yes.
Okay. And Hamal, what are you doing?
He's level 15. Damn it. I was gonna attempt to charm him, but
I don't think he'd really be intelligent, like the worms and whatnot.
Oh, he was the knight. He
Like
seems to be considerably intelligent.
Okay.
he is a favored undead.
He is a paladin. Caius.
A blackguard. Yeah.
Oh, the golden guy. Oh no.
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
Not ready yet. Sneakily. Can I stealth?
You can't. There's nothing.
Okay,
to hide
there's nothing
behind.
to hide.
And your crit arrow in his brain, like no, he just kind of pulls it out.
Like, where did this come from?
He knows. He looks at you and he looks at Corzel. He says, "Dishonorable sneak attack, though I can't say I blame you." And he snaps the arrow in his hand.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna light the whole area on fire.
Yeah, don't forget.
Wall of fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shroud him in fire. Yeah.
Don't forget Filge and the 2 paladins.
Yes.
I know I have my.
She'll yell for the paladins not to engage. Like don't fucking throw your lives away.
The paladins are gonna run over to Corzel and they're gonna basically do like a defense thing on you to try to keep you safe.
But yeah, when they do that, she's like, get out of here. Like she tries to like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, let's light this place up. Man, there it is. Yeah, wall of fire, 2d4 plus 2. And then let's do what we do to them.
So how does the wall of fire work again?
Basically a 5-foot space per wizard level, so 60.
You're just gonna surround on fire?
Surround and then drop fire on him. So basically he has to run out if he doesn't want to stay on fire.
And what's the fire? So like, does he take damage right now, or does it at the start of his turn?
I believe at the start of the turn if I summon him on it. So yeah, so start of his turn, and then for each one move forward, it's 3d6 plus int damage, so 3d6 plus 5 damage.
Okay, so I'll have to ask you that. Actually, I'll just do it right now. So what's the damage? It's 3d6 plus 5?
Yeah, per square he moves through.
He's gonna have to go start in one, move. So that's gonna be unlocked. Yeah. Is there a saving throw allowed on this, or is it just your?
Let's see here. Just verifying. Where did I put it? Here it is. I don't have it in my notes, but they're pretty bare bones.
Okay. And he's gonna fail a saving throw anyway. So okay. So Phil will run over to. He's also run over to Corzale and he say like you're not looking very good, and he'll he kind of looks around you, and then he grabs something. You don't see it at first when he grabs it. You see that he grabs one of those ghost forms, and he just shoves it into you. Corzale, you gain 15 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a necromancy type?
False life.
False life is so good.
Part of the necromancy type?
Yeah.
Huh.
15.
So let's see on the Caius next. Okay, so leaping out of the flames, you see Sir Nezarin on what looks like a rotten lion with a giant Caius worm head, clad in bone armor.
Jesus Christ.
And he is going to go after not Corzale. So hold on, I'm going to see. He's going after Sumia.
Shit.
Because you're the closest thing that he leaps out at.
He'll probably kill her, just so you know.
Dodge.
So what's your armor class?
15.
Okay. Miss. That's a hit. That's a miss. And that's a net 20.
Fuck!
So 40 damage total. Armor piercing.
Oh, that's not bad.
No?
Hold on. 40 damage total and armor piercing what?
No armor piercing, so double it.
So double, okay. You said 40, so that's going to be minus 4 is 36.
Yep. And the lion will also hit you, slashing damage, and you're pinned to the ground.
Oh, the lion.
Hold on. Okay.
So 9 more damage, and you're pinned to the ground by the worm lion.
Okay.
Jesus.
He says, since you brought in surprise reinforcements, it is only fair that I do the same. And while the lion gets ready to start eating Sumia, he just hops off and he looks like Corzale. He's going to make a dead run right for you.
Okay.
It's your guys'
So
turn.
he kind of like pounce on Sumia and is kind of like turning back around and coming right for her.
Yeah, like basically the worm lion is her pinned to the ground. So then while the worm lion's going to take care of her, he's thinking, okay, I'm going to go after Corzale again.
I assume he's going to go around the fire, yeah.
Yeah. He looked out of the fire with the worm lion, and now it's what are you guys doing?
Kamal is going to attempt to cast suggestion on it.
Okay. Making a will save. I get a will save, right?
Yeah, succeed on a will save.
What's the? Oh, what was the will save DC?
Let's see here. Hold on. My DC for spells 19.
Oh, he just barely failed.
Okay, and I know he's higher level than me, so I expect it to have a lessened effect. But suggestion. Kamal's going to tell it to do laps around the outside edge of the trees.
Tell him right into the fire.
It can't be obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't obviously result in the target suffering harm or dying, i.e., jumping off a cliff.
So he's higher level. He's just going to be stunned for a round because he's like shaking his head like
resisting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in a. I mean, it's not going to do nothing. It's going to stun him. So basically, hey, he skips his turn.
Yeah,
there is an in-game reason why he's not going to.
He's going to handle the lion.
Oh yeah, the lion is. Let's see what Sumi does about that.
Lion?
Yeah.
It's on me?
Oh yeah.
Dagger.
Oh yeah.
That is
Stab it in the
15.
jaw.
I don't know if it has a plus hit or anything like that for me.
So, give me a damage roll.
Is it the 1d4?
1d4 plus your dexterity plus any damage bonuses you have from
I don't
you.
know if I have any damage bonuses.
Well, I think if you hire oh no, you're a
Is it undead?
rogue.
Is the lion undead?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. I do have no, I don't. That's the undead for ranger. Plus
Yeah,
2
you
to hit.
don't you deal extra? Don't you deal extra damage against undead as a ranger?
Yeah.
Is it, but that would be with my arrow, I thought.
No, any attack you make
okay.
gets the damage bonus.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's d4 plus 2d6.
Oh.
Yeah, rangers are always about it, like melee and range, right? That's
Yeah. Any attack you do against it gets the damage bonus.
And 10 plus 4 is 14.
Okay. Oh wow, that almost. So you plunge a dagger into its head, and it roars and it bellows, and all this like black spit flies in your face. And where the dagger touches it, you can see it's starting to crumble to dust, and like it's slowly rotting away at it, like turning into ashes, basically.
Also, I forgot I had evasion.
Oh.
Negated, but that's okay.
What does that do?
If she an attack misses her, she gets to move. I think up to her speed.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a reaction thing. She gets to force an attack reroll, and then if the attack misses her, she gets to.
Yeah. So it can't make other attacks against her, basically.
Well, it could if it had more speed, but
if it had more speed, I guess it could. Yeah. But usually, yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, it wouldn't have, I don't think. But yeah. Cool. That's a cool ability.
Like, if it had charged, then it also wouldn't get to full. I mean, then it would have been screwed anyway. So it's a little one like easy talent to get that I think is kind of useful.
Yep.
So. Filge, he's gonna take out a little wand. He's just gonna kind of pull it out of his wrist like this. And Corzel, he's gonna wrap you on the head. A little flash of like a black aura around you, and he's just gonna say that should help out a little bit. You have necrotic resist. You have necrotic resistance 10.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, Corzel, like she felt this thing, right? Like this pull of this, like she's gonna try and noticing that her enemy is like not, I wouldn't say stunned, but like he's faltering for a moment, kind of resisting Hamal's magic. She like looks down and tries to like, what is she looking for exactly, right? Like,
well, you see all these swords on the ground.
Okay.
There's like 5 of them in the ground still.
Is that what she feels? The pull from the swords?
It's something underneath them.
Okay, yeah, she'll like dig around, right? Like dig for it.
Well, the way the swords are, they're kind of packed pretty tight, and you might cut yourself on them, or they might get in the way. If you get to the ground, then the most convenient way to do it would also be to pull the swords out as you go.
Okay, yeah, she'll do that then.
Once you pull out the last sword, though, you're like, dig, fucking sword, and throwing the swords away. You get the 5th one out. This stony, bony arm lunges out and grabs you.
Okay. And
you see this dwarf skeleton pull itself out of the ground, screaming at you, "You undead, worm-ridden bat!" And then it stops. And then when it sees you, it actually stops. And it says,
yeah, her holy symbol is like dangling from her neck, like right in front of his face.
So that's actually what it grabs. It grabs her holy symbol. Okay. And it's totally unfazed by it. It sees you, it looks around, and how long have I been in the ground?
Yeah, she doesn't want to take too long with this, right? She's kind of wanting to figure out what was up, and she's like super surprised by this, but like she just like she doesn't know what to do, right? Like fuck.
So it looks over. It looks over at the Worm Knight, and it says, "Oh, there you are, you duplicitous bastard!" And
You worm bastard.
as it pulls itself out of the ground, it drags out this hammer that's made of what looks like pure gold.
Oh, nice.
Right back.
It's like the hammer that Corzel has,
It's a
just
ball?
more elaborately wrought, and
Okay.
just looks like made of solid gold.
Nice. Oh, and
that's actually what that's
What?
actually what you're feeling that's what you're feeling the connection to. It was kind of pulling you there.
Okay, so not the skeleton, but the hammer. Okay.
So it's end of the round, top of the round. Worm Knight is paralyzed or stunned still, so now it is everyone else's turn.
Her spiritual weapon will make another attack against it.
Oh yeah, the lion gets to attack. So make your attack, Frizzle, and the lion's going to attack Sumio again.
Crit. Crit. So what does crit do again? Just max damage?
Max damage.
Yeah. Okay. So 15 damage then.
Okay, but Worm Knight is vulnerable to radiant damage, so it's actually 25 damage.
Yeah. Sorry. 15 radiant damage. Yeah.
And now it is top of the round thing. So okay, he's still stunned. Everyone else's turn to go again.
Did he miss me?
The worm, the worm line missed it.
What about the lion?
It missed Sumia. I rolled for it.
Okay.
Can I do the Packmate whistle?
Yeah.
And it says 17 underneath. Do I actually do it 17? Can I do it 17 times?
17 times.
Okay. So I guess
Shadowy hyena lunges out. It actually emerges from the worm lion's shadow, and it just this shadow jaw reaches out and grabs it, like bites it in its abdomen, and starts pulling it down to the ground.
Yeah. I got all kinds of toys.
Oh, would Holy Strike apply to her spiritual weapon? It's up to you.
It's radiant, and the thing is a lot of demons and stuff, they're vulnerable to radiant stuff anyway. So it's kind of I would say yes, but it kind of does that already.
It already bypasses everything.
Yeah. Like a lot of demons, I basically say, they're vulnerable. They're resistant to like a lot of mundane stuff, but then against radiant stuff, it does more damage.
Would it at least get the +1 to attack?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Okay. It crit anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
So yeah, the shadowy hyena is kind of bursts out and bites it, pulling it to the ground.
Okay.
So come on, what are you doing?
So I remember, I was called away for a couple minutes there.
Of course.
Corzel pulled that guy out of the ground.
Yeah, we're just next round. We're fighting him still.
Oh, okay, good. All right then.
Our turn.
Right. Well, I stunned him before, but that's an expensive stun. I will attempt to get him with Scorching Ray, and he gets a reflex save.
Yay! I got what's my reflex? I got a 15. I assume that missed it. I assume I failed.
Yeah, my DC's 19, I guess. That's 5d6 plus intelligence fire damage, so
Holy crap.
5d6. Hey, this rod of fire is awesome.
Does it give you more fire damage?
I'm glad you like it. It's not like it gives you +1 to hit. I thought it would be cooler if it did something different, let you do more stuff.
It's awesome. It gives me a Scorching Ray and Wall of Fire. That's where I got it from.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Scorching Ray, 5d6. So 27 damage, 27 fire damage.
Okay.
And 1d6.
Hole through his armor. It's all black and it's scorched. You can see he's kind of there's little gobbets of black green kind of like flesh just dripping off of them. Corzo, what are you doing now?
Yeah, like Corzel kind of helps him out of the ground, right? The skeleton, and like she just like still not really knowing sure what to do. She just like grunts and just says, "Help us kill this thing." And she just runs up and like just smashes him with her hammer.
Okay.
Oh, actually, she'll bless her. She'll bless her weapon first, and then she'll go run up. Let's do that.
What's Argon doing? Or the Argon?
Oh, he's just kind of like hanging back.
Doesn't want any part of this.
Look, he's a learner, not a fighter.
A learner.
He was.
What about Filch?
Oh, Phil has been buffing Corzel every turn.
Oh, thank God. What about the Paladins? They still doing
Corzel expressly told him to just not get involved.
My elder finally come up and do something to help me.
Oh, okay. So both attacks were 18. Do they hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 18 damage?
No, 18 to hit.
Oh, yeah, those are both hits.
Okay.
AC is only 14.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. 18 damage and then 12 damage. Radiant.
30. So, yeah, your second blow destroys him.
Oh, okay. Really? Okay, cool. Yeah, she just charges at him, right? Not really, but like you just like freaking just tries to as much as you can, just like smash his armor away. And,
Yeah, the first
and
hit
him along with it, I guess.
Yeah. Your second blow, you just crush his body into the ground. Like you knock him down with the first hit. Second, it crushes him into the ground. And his last words are, "You finished what your brethren started. You weren't as honorable as they were." As he smashes face.
She just like spits on him.
Oh, we're very happy about that comment, aren't we? What about the lion? Does it die?
Yeah, when he finally killed the lion, is down and starts to peel apart. And then the skeleton dwarf just kind of walks up to Corzel and pats her on the back and says, "Help you? It looks like you had it well in hand."
She kind of like scoots aside just to kind of like get a look at him. Still kind of like holding her hammer up, still kind of close to her, clutching at it. I totally forgot about this, but yeah, sense evil. Does she sense evil in this thing, in this guy?
Oh no.
Why are you listening?
No, not even like the tiniest little trace.
What about the sword?
Oh, the swords are definitely evil.
If she could sense evil before, would she have sensed the evil in her shield?
It's something you have to actively use, right? It's like detect.
Oh, the shield does radiate evil.
Yeah. Wait, her shield radiates evil?
Oh
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if you probably didn't remember to do it last time, so.
I thought it just looked like demonic shield, not that it was a demonic shield.
Well, I thought you were gonna have Hamal investigate it.
Huh.
There was a little thing I was gonna do with that, but then
All right.
I don't want to force it. But that's not work. 13 minutes past 5 o'clock, so I guess we'll leave it here.
Okay.
Anything before we go?